Thank you for joining us in our second preemptive parenting video presentation. During the month of October, CISD engages students in Red Ribbon Week, which is an alcohol, tobacco, and other drug and violence prevention awareness campaign observed annually in October in the United States. As a part of this campaign, we want to provide you as parents with information on prevention and intervention. Before you decide you don't need this information because your student would never use drugs, please stop and think about what it was like to be a teenager. Teenagers 13 to 17 can do most things adults do. They play sports, drive, work puzzles, and solve problems. So why don't they do what they're told? Why can't they plan, focus, behave, and control their emotions? And in a question that generates considerable media attention, why do they engage in risky behavior that could hurt or kill them? In short, why can't adolescents act like adults? According to Dr. Beatrice Luna, director of the University of Pittsburgh Laboratory of Neurocognitive Development, who studies the brains of adolescents, teenagers can't function like adults because they don't yet have adult brains. It's that simple. So even though your teenager may look like an adult, his or her brain, particularly the prefrontal lobe, where decisions are made, is still under construction. Here are a few facts followed by some tips. According to www.streetdrugs.org, here are the top 10 most popular drugs in the U.S. Tobacco, alcohol, prescription drugs, methamphetamines, also called meth and crystal meth, marijuana, MDMA, also called ecstasy, crack cocaine, heroin, steroids, and inhalants. Remember, these are just the top 10. The list of legally abused and illicit drugs is too long to recite. Two excellent websites that offer detailed information about drugs and drug use are www.usdoj.gov and www.nida.nih.gov. How can you tell if your child is using drugs or alcohol? Know what to look for. Changes in friends, negative changes in schoolwork, missing school or declining grades, increased secrecy about possessions or activities, use of incense, room deodorant, or perfume to hide smoke or chemical odors, subtle changes in conversations with friends like being more secretive or using coded language, change in clothing choices, a new fascination with clothes that highlight drug use, increase in borrowing money, evidence of drug paraphernalia like pipes, rolling papers, etc. Evidence of use of inhalant products such as hairspray, nail polish, correction fluid, or common household products. Rags and paper bags are sometimes used as accessories. Bottles of eye drops, which may be used to mask bloodshot eyes or dilated pupils. New use of mouthwash or breath mints to cover up the smell of alcohol. Missing prescription drugs, especially narcotics and mood stabilizers. These changes often signal that something harmful is going on, and often that involves alcohol or drugs. You may want to take your child to the doctor and ask him or her about screening your child for drugs and alcohol. This may involve the health professional asking your child a simple question, or it may involve a urine or blood drug screen. However, some of these signs also indicate there may be a deeper problem with depression, gang involvement, or suicide. Be on the watch for these signs so that you can spot trouble before it goes too far. Drug paraphernalia, which are items used to hide or use drugs, is easily obtained. You may not even recognize it for what it is. Know what to watch for. Go to any shopping mall and you might be surprised to learn of the countless stores selling items that not only promote drug use, but also provide the means for teens to engage in drug-related activities. Posters, stickers, t-shirts, keychains, and air fresheners may be obvious items to spot in a lineup, but drug paraphernalia come in many forms. Some are specifically designed to look like everyday items that you might find in a teen's room, backpack, purse, or car. According to the Drug Enforcement Agency, drug paraphernalia are often marketed specifically to youth, with colorful logos, celebrity pictures, and designs like smiley faces on the products. The items are meant to look harmless and disguise the dangers of taking controlled substances. Other paraphernalia made to look like magic markers, lipstick, and the like, but actually can conceal pipes for smoking a number of illicit drugs. There are shoes and sandals made with hidden compartments for concealing paraphernalia or a stash of drugs. Teens can buy water bottles with a built-in compartment hidden by the label for storing drugs. The list is painfully long and changes as every new item emerges. For excellent information on drug paraphernalia, visit the DEA's website at www.usdoj.gov. It's time to learn what paraphernalia are used to engage in drug-related activities and how to identify these items. Drug paraphernalia can be obtained through various means. Many large manufacturers market their products over the internet and through mail-order businesses. In addition, drug paraphernalia frequently are sold at head shops, tobacco shops, trendy gift and novelty shops, gas stations, and convenience stores. You also need to know what to listen for. Have you ever heard your teenager reference the time 420? Many parents don't realize that 420, pronounced 420, is a secret code for time to get high. The reference to 420 dates back to the 1970s stoner lingo, but is still widely recognized by the youth of today. Some people have even designated April 20th as National Pot Smokers Day. If you hear your teenager reference 420, see that he is using the term while instant messaging with friends or has a 420 sticker on his car or backpack. Call him on it. Let him know that you know what he's talking about and set up a time for a longer conversation about your family's no-tolerance policy for drug and alcohol use. Drug lingo is so extensive that when you visit the Office of National Drug Control Policy website database, you will find more than 2,300 street terms which can be sorted by drug type or alphabetically by drug name. You can visit that site for a printable version of street terms. Current drug trends include parties like raves. These are high-energy, all-night dance parties or clubs which feature dance music with a fast pounding beat and laser programs. Raves are held either in permanent dance clubs or at temporary venues set up for a single weekend event in abandoned warehouses, open fields, or empty buildings. While techno music and light shows are essential to raves, drugs such as MDMA, also known as ecstasy, ketamine, GHB, rohypnol, and LSD have become an integral part of the rave culture. Club owners and promoters appear to promote the use of drugs, especially ecstasy. They provide bottled water and sports drinks to manage hypothermia and dehydration, pacifiers to prevent involuntary teeth clenching, and menthol nasal inhalers, chemical lights, and neon glow sticks to enhance the effects. In addition, rave promoters often print flyers featuring prominent and repeated use of the letters E and X. E and X are MDMA street names, or the word Rollin' refers to an MDMA high, promoting MDMA use along with the rave. So if you have noticed that your son or daughter has a vast collection of glow sticks in his or her room, ask them where they got them and why they're using them. Let them know that you know what happens at raves and that you're aware of the drug use at these parties. Here are some tips for parenting proactively. Set rules. Let your teen know that drug and alcohol use is unacceptable and that these rules are set to keep him or her safe. Set limits with clear consequences for breaking them. Praise and reward good behavior for compliance and enforce consequences for non-compliance. Know where your teen is and what he or she is doing during unsupervised time. Talk to your teen. While shopping or riding in the car, casually ask him or her how things are going at school, about their friends, and what their plans are for the weekend. Keep them busy, especially between 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and into the evening hours. Establish a core value statement for your family. If there is no compass to guide your kids, the void will be filled by the strongest force. Spend time together as a family regularly and be involved in your kids' lives. Take time to learn the facts about marijuana and underage drinking and talk to your teen about it. Get to know your teen's friends and their parents. Stay in touch with any adult supervisors of your teens. Last but not least, are you setting a good example? Whether you realize it or not, as a parent, you set an example for your kids. Before you can help them address their drug or alcohol use, you must examine your own relationship with substances. You may even feel like a hypocrite because you drank alcohol in high school or tried marijuana. Realize that in order to help your son or daughter with their problem, you'll first have to address yours. You are the first line of defense when it comes to your child's drug use or drinking, and you do make a difference. Nearly 2/3 of teenagers see great risk of upsetting their parents or losing the respect of family and friends if they smoke marijuana or use other drugs. Parent proactively. Children of all ages want and need boundaries, even if they don't say it. Don't look back and wish you had been more involved and aware. Most of all, remember that your child needs a caring parent, not another friend. Step up, arm yourself with knowledge. Let your child know that you love him or her enough to intervene. Thank you.